but there's nowhere that when I land, I'm like, I'm home. Just the emotions that I feel when I talk about it. I don't feel that way about anywhere. I'm from there, but now I'm like, I'm too soft for this life. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I just decided to throw this on because, I think the black shirt was just a little bit too boring by itself. So everybody, it is absolutely nuts to think that I have finished up 3 months in Taiwan. But once again, I am on the move, but don't get it twisted, you guys, because I still have more Taiwan videos coming. Do not think that this is my last final goodbye Taiwan video. I have about another month of videos that will be coming out, so please stick around. Back to the topic. Yes, I have actually left Taiwan at the time of this video. So I want to talk about what's next after Taiwan. I'll share a little bit about where I'll be going. And I also want to talk about, what are some of the highlights of my trip I had this time and if I'll be coming back. Which the answer is already obviously yes, but I'll dive into that a little bit further later on. Right now, I am actually in Vietnam. Vietnam is my favorite country in Asia, aside from Taiwan, but Taiwan is like in its own level, like when it comes to just countries that I like to travel in Asia, Vietnam is the best. I'm here for about 20 days and I'm just having a great old time, eating the food, being in the chaos. And then after Vietnam, I'm going to be going to Malaysia and I'll be there for about 10 days. So my stay in Taiwan was 3 months total. I stayed as long as I possibly could, and then I booked a ticket to the United States in August because that kind of is like how it worked out timeline wise with seeing a friend. So I had this entire month of July to just decide like where do I want to go. So I decided I'm going back to Vietnam, and I'm actually flying out of Malaysia with Turkish Airlines. So it was like the cheapest flight, and also I have a 3-day layover in Istanbul on my way back to the States, which is so exciting. I'm so excited that I finally get to go to Istanbul. After Asia, I'm going back to the States, and obviously it's just I have to go see my family. It's been a long time. On one hand, I do want to put the pressure on them to come visit me because honestly none of my friends or family have ever come to see me in Asia, but because my grandfather is quite old, like I understand he can't get on a plane and go halfway across the world. Honestly, I don't want to go back. I don't. I've lived this very safe kind of life, and then I see things happening in the States and I'm like, I'm not ready for this. Like, it looks scary, dude. The US looks scary. I'm from there, but now I'm like, I'm too soft for this life. With that said though, I'm not gonna stay in the US for very long. I'm probably gonna be there for maybe a month and a half, 2 months max. Because I also don't have health insurance, okay? So I can't even get sick. Deep down in my heart, I'm ready to just pack up my suitcases, grab as much stuff I have from the States, the clothes I miss wearing, and just bring a big suitcase and just come back to Asia and stay here. But when I'm in the US, I realize I'm really close to Latin America, and one of my favorite countries is Colombia, and sometimes I'm just listening to salsa or reggaeton, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to go back to Medellin. As much as I'm on the fence of do I just buy a ticket back to Asia after I'm in the US, there's a really, really high chance that I will end up back in Latin America and potentially Colombia, okay? I also know I talked about Spain in another video, and that is still a potential. So with the potential return to Latin America or Spain, as I've been saying, I would like to go. I've been practicing my Spanish with Lingoda, an online language school, to brush up on my skills. Not to mention, sometimes Spanish is helpful in the US. And Lingoda offers multiple learning options, including their Sprint Challenge, Teams, and Flex to suit your language goals. And as a full-time traveler, my favorite part about learning with Lingoda is that I can schedule classes as often as I like, and no matter what time zone I'm in, there are courses available 24/7. And if you don't know, I already speak Spanish quite well, but I can get better, and that leads me to my next reason why I love having Lingoda as my language learning partner, because I can pick what I want to work on. So instead of a set curriculum, I can get right to improving what I need to. And because they have certified native level teachers, I get personalized feedback each class, and I can ask questions along the way. So will I return to a Spanish-speaking country? Well, based on how excited I am getting talking about it now, there's a pretty good chance. But I don't know for sure. But what I do know is that learning with Lingoda has helped me prepare myself to immerse myself in a Spanish-speaking environment again. We're offering up to 25% off through my link, which you can find in the description. So whether you want to start learning a new language or work on your current skills like me, check out Lingoda for all they have to offer. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit afraid that if I do go back to Colombia, for example, I will stay a full 6 months. First time I went to Colombia, I was only gonna stay for 1 month, and I loved it so much that I stayed for 6 months in Medellin. So, I'm really keen to return to Asia because I really do think that I have a life here. I have so many friends here. So I I don't have a plane ticket out of the US yet, so I think I'm just gonna have to do what makes me most excited, even though I know deep down in my heart Asia and especially Taiwan is going to be calling me back. Let's talk about the highlights from this Taiwan trip, because the last time I stayed 2 months through those trips, I kind of had this moment where I was like, maybe Taiwan isn't the place for me, you know, like, because there were certain ways that I just realized like I wasn't aligning. I thought when I came back for this 3-month trip, like it was going to be fun, but I was also going to kind of just accept like maybe Taiwan isn't going to be the place that I want to return to long term. And this trip really made me think I want to come back to Taiwan long term now. You know, I think the 3 months just exploring all these places, being around so many friends, and really just feeling good. Let me talk about like the top 3 things like from this trip, which is like so hard. Let's start off number 1. Staying in Xiaoliuqiu for an entire month was amazing. I used to dream about staying in Xiaoliuqiu for a month. So when I was asked to watch my friend's place for 1 month, I was like, that's it, manifested it. And I spent, you know, all these days just diving and in the sunshine and hanging out with turtles and like making friends. And like, it was just the absolute best. What a blessing to be able to live somewhere like Xiaoliuqiu and just enjoy the nature and the water. I'm so grateful that I got to have that experience, and I feel like it's not going to be the last time I have that experience. The second highlight of this trip actually encompasses many things, but I'm doing a collaboration with the Taiwan Tourism Authority in Singapore. That's why I'm telling you to keep an eye out for the coming videos this month, because these are videos that I got to do as a part of a collaboration with them. I'm not going to go too far into it, but this collaboration opened me up to thinking about different fun things that I could feature doing in Taiwan. I made a lot of videos that I'm really proud of, and I had such great experiences, and I don't know why I'm crying. This is another reason I feel like I always know Taiwan is like so meant for me, is just the emotions that I feel when I talk about it. I don't feel that way about anywhere. I kind of dried my eyes. So anyways, the experiences and the fact that now I get to continue sharing things about Taiwan through my content is another highlight of this past trip. And then the third thing, I think, was just connecting with people. Like, I met so many amazing people this trip, like people that, you know, when I come back, I want to send a message to, and I want to say, hey, like, let's hang out, you know. Like when I was in Taipei, I was canceling plans with people because I was so busy meeting up with people. When I got to go to Dulan, I actually had a friend that I convinced to come to Taiwan. She's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Japan, but maybe I'll go to Taiwan first. And I said, girl, you better come to Taiwan because I'm gonna be in Taiwan and we're gonna hang out. And so we were in Dulan together, and like I got to kind of like help share Taiwan with her. Then also, like, if you saw last week's video, you guys got to meet Kayla from New Zealand. So I was just so excited to finally meet her in person and, you know, share this like connection over Taiwan and then take her to the night market. I also got to meet different people with like environmental work, so that includes this girl Jenny I met in Taipei. I go salsa dancing like every single week, so I get to like, you know, meet people there and like see them every week. Not that they're like really close friends, but it's still cool to be connecting with people so much. Like, you know, there's nowhere else in the world that I have as many connections than I have in Taiwan. Oh my god, like just you know, everything, like Ray and Sheila in Xiaoliuqiu. I think all of these things make me feel like Taiwan is home. Let's move on to the last part of this video I want to talk about, which is, will I return? Duh, like, I don't know, is there much to talk about? I made a video maybe like a month ago, and I was talking about like why I'm nervous to return to Taiwan and like why I'm just not sure. I think I just need to like stop and just fucking do it, you know. Unless life does take me somewhere else, I need to make this happen. I don't know when I'll return to Taiwan. It could be later this year, it could be next year, but I think if I do come back, it's not just going to be to travel. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I might even just end up being one of those people that does visa runs for a little bit, because I know if I stay in Taiwan, I know what I want to do. And I want to continue creating content. I want to promote tourism. I want to just share Taiwan with people. And a lot of people do say, well, you know, you can teach English and just do that on the side. But I think I'm much more valuable as a person when I put my time into other things. I could teach English and the healthcare would be nice, but I also am like, I think there's a lot of other ways that I could do this. There's nowhere in the world that I feel like this about. You know, there's other parts of the world that I really, really love, but there's nowhere that when I land, I'm like, I'm home. And that's how I feel about Taiwan. So yeah, I had the most beautiful 3 months. Truly, I'm still very excited for the places I'm going now. I like I said, I just follow my joy, and you know, I'm super hype about being in Vietnam. I'm so excited to go back to Malaysia. I'm kind of excited about going to the US, like in some ways, in other ways not so much, but and then whatever happens after, I know I'm gonna be excited to do it. Okay guys, I don't have anything else to say really. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna like keep crying and tearing up the more that I talk about this stuff. But you guys, it's been an absolute blast. Keep an eye out for the upcoming videos that I will still be releasing from Taiwan. I'm still also posting content on my Instagram about Taiwan. Take care, Taiwan. Stay strong. Stay Taiwan. Keep being amazing. I'm always rooting for you, and I'm always trying to get other people to root for y'all because I just love you guys. I love Taiwan. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will really, really miss you. I will always be thinking about Taiwanese food while I am away, and I will always be thinking about the beautiful mountains of the East Coast and all of my friends and the turtles in Xiaoliuqiu and just all of the things that Taiwan has done for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. 谢谢你们，我很高兴。我很爱台湾，我知道我的中文不是很好，但是真的谢谢你们看我的影片，再见哦，拜拜 ，peace。